Hey guys, thank you so much for getting your Master Your Endgame Purpose Planner. I'm so excited to share some things that I have found, and this video, well actually, let me explain all the video training. I hope that I can share with you the things that I have discovered so that you can shortcut your journey, so it doesn't take you as long as it took me. It took me a long time to figure this stuff out. Now, if you are super excited to get going with your planner, you might want to jump ahead to the next one, the quick start. You might want to jump ahead to the quick start because it'll get you going faster. What I want to do here is start with why. I want to explain my why I created this, and we're going to spend a little bit of time together, and like you to understand a little bit about what I found with this. This will help you, hopefully, as you are figuring out your why. And as, I want you to understand the promise of this planner, what it can do for you, or most importantly, what you can do for yourself when you get everything clicking right. So if you don't mind, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about my story. So first of all, I am a commercial filmmaker, and I got to tell you, being on the front side of the camera is terrifying to me, and so I hope that you will pardon me as I feel naked, I feel insecure out in front of the camera. I would so much rather be behind the camera. But I have found some things, and this is so much part of my why, that have helped me out. Now, for years, my life was falling apart. I was a terrible ogre. I was so consumed with this feeling that I was dissatisfied, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I was sure it was my job, and I was obsessed with figuring out how to be fulfilled, how to be satisfied. I felt like there was this inner ache, this hole inside of me that I just couldn't fill, and it frustrated me, and I kept it to myself. But I didn't realize how much it was causing damage around me, most importantly to my wife and my kids. And now that I know what I know, I feel so bad for the years that I caused such pain. And having talked to so many friends who are going through marital problems. In fact, I just talked to a friend of mine tonight who told me about his marital problems. And I am so fortunate that my wife stuck with me through those years while I was trying to figure it out. And now that I know what I know, I am so excited to share this with others so that you don't have to go through the pain that I went through. So you don't have to cause the damage in your families and in your relationships that I did. So that's why I'm doing this. This has not been a successful endeavor for me. I've been doing Encourage.life for 4.5 years now with videos and an app and books and training and all sorts of stuff. Has not been wildly successful, but I haven't given up simply because I know what it's done for me and I know what it can do for others. So that is my why. That is the whole reason why I am doing this, and I hope that makes sense to you. Now, with the promise, I want to explain the promise of the planner. Now, this planner is amazing, I think. And again, I'm biased. And I have been involved in the creative field for 20 plus years. And I have been involved in some just incredibly beautiful films, commercials, documentaries, multimedia, all sorts of stuff. Nothing has made a bigger influence on my life than this planner. Now, I started this back in, I think, November of last year, and created a version of this for myself, printed it kind of through a backhanded way to do it, and started using it for myself and gave it to a few other people to try out and to test it and to kind of figure this out. So we've been beta testing it for a while, and now it's live. This is the first actual real printing that we've done, and I'm excited that you've got a copy of this now and that you can start going through. So that gives you just a little bit. Oh, so that's right. I wanted to explain the promise. This is not going to change your life, okay? And I'm just a filmmaker, and I'm not a psychiatrist, and I'm not a personal development guru, but I have found stuff in the last 4.5 years that absolutely helps, and I have put it into the daily program, the daily patterns and habits that you will develop if you follow through with this, and if you do this each day and spend time doing this each day. And just I mean, imagine if you were to do sit-ups and crunches every day for 15 minutes. It'd make a difference, right? If you do it once or twice, one day or 2 days, it's not going to do that much. But if you can be consistent and do this all the time with your physical body, you're going to feel the changes. Well, just imagine if you spend time each day getting yourself mentally right, being in charge of your mindset, having a growth mindset, and believing and focusing on the good things that are happening in your life. It will absolutely change your life. And that's what I want to share with me because my life is so much different. If you could have seen me 5-6 years ago when I was in the middle of my anger and my depression, it was really discouragement. My wife wanted me to go see a counselor about my depression, and I knew it wasn't depression. I knew it was discouragement. I felt disconnected. I felt hollow. I felt empty. I felt like I had a purpose in life, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know how to fulfill it. Now that I have found those things, now that I have discovered that if you take a skills-based approach to things, if you are consistent, then you can make an incredible change in your life. Now I'm living the kind of life that I want to live. And I have peace and I have happiness, and that's what I want to share with others. So pardon me for being so personal. Pardon me for sharing my stories. I feel extremely vulnerable about that. I'm embarrassed to spend so much time talking about myself. I'm excited to hear your stories. And also I want you to know I don't know everything. And one of the things that I'm super excited about is that we have this Facebook group. And I hope that you join us in the group. It's the Masters of the Endgame Facebook group. And in there, I hope we can share stories with one another. I hope we can share successes and help each other as we make these great strides in developments in our lives. So again, I don't know everything, but the things that I have learned in the last 4.5 years, I've put into the daily habits of this planner. And when you take time to focus, to stop, to pause, to get in the now, you're going to make an incredible change in your life. Again, this is not going to do it, but this is going to help you as you do that and as you create the life of abundance that you know you are capable of, and you're going to be living your purpose. You're going to live in harmony with who you are, and you're absolutely going to love it. So anyway, that's a little bit about my why. I want you, and also, we're gonna jump into this and kind of figure out some of the things going on. One of the first exercises that I have in there is an exercise to get you to your deepest why. And when you operate every day consistently from your deepest why, it changes everything because you have clarity, you have this focus that you're just seeing things right and you're putting things in the right perspective. And when you have that, everything else clicks into place, even when it doesn't click into place, even when, your outside circumstances don't change so much, knowing and having that peace and that clarity in your life makes a difference. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, what I'm doing here is I'm sharing what I found. I'm thankful that you've started this journey with me, and I hope that what we have here is going to help. So with this, the next video is about what? The quick start overview. So this will give you a really quick overview as to how to get started, and check it out. I think that'll help. So I'll see you on the next video.